These are the times Charles Barkley disrespected NBA players. And first up, we got the time that Charles did Shaq so dirty, things got violent.
Yeah, but the wrong people are shooting. I wouldn't want Fisher necessarily to take that Shaq up fast.
Oh, and there's a swing by O'Neal, and they got a brouhaha.
Yeah, Chuck was a savage back in the 90s, but nowadays, he's taken the disrespect to a whole new level. I mean, the man went on live TV to threaten Draymond Green for literally no reason.
Some friendly chatter between Rajon Rondo and Draymond Green.
That's what you want to call it?
What do you want to call it, Chuckster?
I just want somebody to punch him in the face. I really do. I just want somebody to punch him in the face.
Oh, you don't like Draymond? Yo, Jay in Atlanta.
I want to punch him in the face.
Why you don't like Draymond?
I'm just telling you, I want to punch his ass in the face. I do.
And when Draymond heard about this, he was pissed. So he clapped back at Charles the very next day during a press conference.
If you feel that strongly about something, he's seen me a million times. If he feel that strongly about it, then punch me in my face when you see me. If you're not gonna punch me in my face when you see me, then shut up.
Yeah, Draymond wanted all the smoke. But if you know anything about Charles, it's that he won't back down from anyone. So in 2020, during the Warriors' worst season in 2 decades, Charles saw the perfect opportunity to get back at Draymond.
Hey, Shaq, Draymond don't talk as much since he's having that triple single. What are you averaging, Shaq? A triple single?
9, 6, and 6.
At this point, Draymond should have just left Charles alone and taken the L. But instead, he took the beef even further by saying this.
No, Barkley should stop before I go take his job, though. He already ain't making enough money playing, so he need that job. He should stop talking to me. He also can't talk basketball to me either. Not smart enough, not qualified. No rings, can't sit at this table.
So in response, Charles decided to end this beef once and for all by going for Draymond's neck.
I told you, he's like the worst member of the boy band who doesn't realize he's standing next to Justin Timberlake when the girls are throwing panties at his head. He gonna get hit by some drive-by panties, but they're really throwing panties at Justin Timberlake. Without Kevin Durant, Clay, and Steph, he's just a good little player.
Now, even though this beef got pretty out of hand, they ended up squashing it in 2020 when Draymond made a guest appearance on Inside the NBA. But not every beef has a happy ending, because Charles will be LeBron's biggest enemy for the rest of his life. See, back in 2017, LeBron claimed his Cavs weren't good enough and that the team needed better players to win a title. And Charles, he didn't exactly agree with LeBron at all. So he went on Inside the NBA to roast him on live TV.
LeBron James' comments were blank.
Inappropriate, whiny, all the above. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they have given him everything he wanted. They have the highest payroll in NBA history. He wanted J.R. Smith last summer. They paid him. He wanted Shumpert last summer. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete?
And the very next day, in response to these comments, LeBron said this.
He has to do that, man. It's good for the ratings. That makes no sense in the world. Ever since I picked up a basketball at age 9, I've competed every single time. You can never question that about me, so. But that's Charles. I mean, he's the guy who had to sit on that panel and says things like that. But at the end of the day, that means absolutely nothing.
All right, it looks like LeBron took the heat pretty well. Or at least that's what it seemed like. Because just a couple of days later, it became clear LeBron took things personally when he went off on Charles in an ESPN interview, saying, "He's a hater. I'm not gonna let him disrespect my legacy like that. I'm not the one who threw somebody through a window. I never spit on a kid. All I've done for my entire career is represent the NBA the right way. 14 years, never got in trouble, respected the game. Print that. Damn. It's not often you hear LeBron this pissed." And by this point, their beef became the hottest story in the NBA. So just a few days later, Charles was asked to respond to the situation, and he made it clear he wasn't backing down.
LeBron is one of the 10 greatest players I've ever seen, but my comments were what I said. I stick by them. Like I say, I've did some stupid things in my life. That does not make my argument less valid.
Is there interest in your part in talking to LeBron James?
I've met LeBron James probably 10 times in my life. We have shaken hands and said hello. We do not have to be friends.
Wow, way to be the bigger man, Chuck. But Chuck isn't always the mature one, because the way he disrespects Russell Westbrook is downright petty.
Oh my God!
What is that?
What the hell? Yeah. Didn't Sam Presti just give him $200 million and he gonna dress like that? He live in Oklahoma. He probably got a tractor in the backyard. He probably was plowing something earlier today. Yeah. Listen, I love Russell Westbrook, but he looks like a damn idiot in that outfit. That guy might be MVP, but he might be the worst dresser in the NBA.
But eventually, Russ got the last laugh when he was shown a rare photo of Chuck style from the 90s.
The fellas were looking at bad fashion choices. We found a picture of Chuck. Now, Chuck was rocking the shorts, the espadrilles, and the man purse. Is that ever a good choice?
Never. He might be the worst dresser on that panel, by far.
It's not even close.
Not even close.
Shaq dresses well.
Good. Ernie's good. Kenny's good. Chuck is terrible.
There you have it. Back to you, Brian.
Clearly, Chuck has no right to criticize anyone's fashion. But hey, at least this incident with Westbrook wasn't violent, because Charles's beef with Bill Laimbeer got so bad, it literally started a riot. See, throughout the 80s, Laimbeer was known as one of the dirtiest players in the NBA, and a key part of the notorious Bad Boy Pistons. I mean, just look at what this man did to Larry Bird.
And the 24-second clock goes down, and Bird and Laimbeer go at it.
There is a violent knockdown by Laimbeer. Oh my!
Yeah, Bill was known for plays like this, but in April of 1990, Laimbeer finally got a taste of his own medicine, because right before the Pistons took on Barkley 76ers, Laimbeer received an envelope from a ball boy, and inside it was a very special letter that eloquently read, "Dear Bill, fuck you. Love, Charles Barkley." Aww. And after a move this disrespectful, Bill was furious, ready to destroy Charles in their matchup. So throughout the game, the two went at it, dishing out trash talk all night. But eventually, the 76ers took control, going up by 10 points with 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And instead of letting the game just finish out and putting the disrespect to bed, the beef between Bill and Charles escalated from words to fists.
Mahorn hard to the basket, jams it and is fouled. Now he and Laimbeer start shoving each other. And now Barkley gets into it, and he and Laimbeer. And now there are some punches thrown. Now we got not a little melee, a big melee, and there were punches thrown.
Damn, the NBA's changed, man. You don't see this anymore. But anyways, we gotta talk about one more player that Charles has disrespected. His most notorious rival, Charles Oakley. And their beef is so intense, it's lasted over 25 years. See, back in the 80s, Barkley and Oakley made a name for themselves as two of the most aggressive players in the NBA. So every time they faced each other, things got pretty physical. But the first sign of disrespect between the two came in 1994.
And Charles Oakley in a foul is called. Barkley did not like. Oh! Barkley took a swing at Oakley. Oakley went back at Barkley. And let's see how this is handled.
And just a couple of years later, Barkley's feud with Oakley escalated even further when during a 1996 preseason game, they went at it again.
And Drexler lost it. Barkley on the recovery, stopped by Ewing, and then put on the floor by Oakley, and Barkley goes at Oakley. Oakley missed with a swing. Barkley tried to go back at him, and they're separated. Whoa! There is no question about what happened.
Yeah, there was some really bad blood between the two. And over the next few years, rumors would circulate about fights going on behind the scenes. But we wouldn't see another public incident between the two for 18 years. Cause it wasn't until 2016 that their beef would reignite. When during Inside the NBA's coverage of a Hawks-Cavs playoff game, Barkley decided to criticize Cleveland, saying that the team sucks cause they never dropped a like and subscribe to Rebound. Yeah, that's right, if you don't support the channel, bad things happen. So what are you doing? But anyways, Charles also said the Cavs weren't playing physical enough. And being from Cleveland, Mr. Oakley wasn't very happy about this. So he took to Twitter and went off on Barkley, saying, "Charles Barkley, you better stop talking shit about Cleveland. You was never tough. You hide behind TNT." And when Barkley was shown the tweet, he clapped back at Oakley one final time.
Charles Oakley doesn't like me, which is no big deal. I don't like him or dislike him. I don't think about it. He's not important enough for me to think about.
So I think it's safe to say that Charles will be beefing with Charles for the rest of Charles's life. Damn. But I'm gonna beef with you if you don't click on this video right here. These are stupidly expensive things Michael Jordan owns. What are you doing, dog? Click it.